My next pick, Bill. I want to give a complete and utter shout out to my grandmother who passed away several years ago. So shout out to you, Teresa Albano. This is for you. Monk. You ever heard of Monk?
I've heard of Monk.
No, not the actual like Monk, but the
No, I know what you're talking about. The guy who's like OCD.
yeah, like the guy, the criminologist, whatever his name is. I got to tell you the truth, Bill. First off, it was from 2002 to what 2009. Okay, so I was very young at the time, but I do remember when it was on. I was like, "This is weird." He's a psychic. Plug for Bill. He's a psychic. Whatever. I don't understand what he's doing. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm not sure. Like, it looked strange to me. It looked, okay, he's solving crimes, but in a very weird way with Tony Shalhoub, who I thought was great in this show, by the way. Mr. Monk, I would later re-enter my life with my grandmother who lived with us for a little while. She loved Monk, Bill. Like the way that you love like the way you love like certain shows that you cherish to your heart. This was one for her. She loved talking about Monk, and Monk was one of those shows where my family can testify, ladies and gentlemen. My family can testify. Monk was on in her house before she moved up here. Monk was on all the time. She adored Monk, and how Monk played a role in my life because towards the end of her life, before she had to be severely hospitalized, I ended up watching a lot of Monk with her, and I found a deep appreciation for the show. And now whenever it's on TV Land or whatever channel it comes on, I always tend to watch Monk, and I think about all the good times about her laughing and, and her thinking of Tony Shalhoub and all the good times of like just overall loving the show. And the good times bring me back with her. I didn't spend too much time with her, because at the time she lived far away. Now she's back, and before she passed away, of course. But I want to give a complete another shout out to you up there, and I want to say, Monk, you have changed my mind there, Grammy. Monk is a great show. Originally, I had no idea what it was. I didn't really like it, but Monk is one of those shows that I thought was strange at first, but now I was like, you know what? I can appreciate it. Monk is one of those dear shows now that I do watch on reruns quite a bit sometimes.
No offense, JT. I never really got into Monk.
Yeah, Bill, no offense taken. This is like one of those weird, strange shows that some people watch and some people didn't. It's all good. But it was a very neat show, to be honest. I ain't saying neat, but it was a very cool show to watch for what it was worth. And shout out to my grandmother for my recently deceased grandmother for introducing me to Monk. It is forever in my mind. Thank you. But yeah, Monk. I mean, Bill, what's any opinions of Monk at all, or no?
I may have watched an episode or two, but I never really got into it.
Gotcha. It's a very funny show. It's like a crime show, but it's a funny show at the same time. He can like see stuff. He's got PTSD and stuff like that. It's really cool. Really, really.
I should give it a watch.
It's like solving crime, but in a funny way. Everything he solves crimes like he noticed things that the detectives don't. He's like a weird cop. He's really cool. So I recommend it. Anyways, that's my next pick. Monk.